Shout out to my people. Shout out to my people. Sending love, positivity, and good vibes to my people, man. I hope y'all doing good. I'm doing great. I haven't been posting consistently, man. Life been lifing, but man, we back at it. We back into it. I hope you guys been good. But right now, we got a clip of DJ Academics speaking on the Meg and Tory Lanez situation. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get it.
Well, you never know. The noise might grow so loud enough that he might have to. Now, I say that to say because when I speak about freeing Tory Lanez, I like to speak from a legal perspective. I've spoke my own opinion many a times, but at this point, it doesn't matter what your opinion is, whether he shot her or not. Now we're talking about, despite your opinion, do you believe his sentence should be commuted, which means shortened? Do you think he should be pardoned, which means his crime should be forgiven? Again, it doesn't matter if you believe he did it or not. We know what a conviction is. Now, I say that to say, because I hate when people try to put me on sides of this Tory shit. I'm a straight shooter when it comes to this shit. I'm going to be straight the whole time.
I'm the same way. I'm not going to sit here and cover code. You know, it's just the real and the fake. It's the truth and the lie. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Tory Lanez obviously is in jail off of a lie. And she's got caught lying before. To this point, I feel like he should get pardoned. He got stabbed 14 times, and even the bodyguard came out and said he didn't shoot her. And more than anything, I just hate the times we in. Like, I hate the fact that it's women versus men. It's females versus men. It's like, if anything, we are the ones that need to, and we're the only race that thinks this way. Everybody else, Mexican, men and women, they operate, under the same household. White people, like, we're the only race that has a vendetta over each other's gender.
So, Joe, put this up there. This is the straightest shooter you're going to get with any of this shit. I done told you, I think Tory got between a 10% and a 30% chance of being released. Maybe it will grow because people do love him. And people are starting to realize that absent this woke ideology, you're able to look at other things that actually worked in his favor that made you think, damn, well, how did he get convicted despite these things? You know, this idea or theory that Kelsey Nicole shot Meg, people said, well, why would Meg say her? Also, they said, well, Tory's on the jail phone. He basically admitted it. Well, let me give you another scenario. I don't know who did the shooting, so don't ask me for my opinion. I do have an opinion, but it's not about my opinion. It's all about the law at this point. So I'm only going to speak in fact. But I'm going to use one conjecture and I'm going to use one scenario for y'all, because when people keep talking about Tory in a jail call, they act like he acknowledged and admitted that he did it, because they said, well, why would somebody, if he didn't do it, get on and apologize, say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that. I hope y'all forgive me. That's a great question. I ask that shit to myself too. I'm human. I ask that shit to myself. I'm not on nobody's payroll. I ask questions. But I implore you guys to be fair across the board. Be fair. Ask the similar question in the other sense. If this been your homegirl for over 10 years, you met Tory 6 or 8 months ago, I don't care what dick he done slung on you. If Tory Lanez done shot your homegirl, even if y'all were arguing over a man, why the hell would you be on the phone with Tory Lanez? Riddle me that. So you knew her for over 10 years. And a nigga who, let's say he shot her, because you were there. Why would you be on the phone with him? Why would you be on the phone with him listening to, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that? Why? Why not say on the phone, Tory, why you shoot my friend? Why did you hurt my friend? Why were you trying to hurt her or me? These are questions we need answers. There's a lack of credibility all over the place. You wanted us to believe that he shot you, but didn't want us to have to understand maybe if he did, what the motive would be. You're the victim. You're shown up in court. You've pronounced on social media what happened. But yet you go on Gayle King and say, I've never had sex with this man a day in my life. We have no intimate relationship. All the while knowing that the argument and fight that started was because y'all had a intimate relationship. But you were cool to go lie to Gayle King. There's too many inconsistencies. You see, the American justice system, which I'm so happy to be a Jamaican American, someone who vehemently defends not only the flag, but what we have with our Constitution and our way of life. I love being here. Trust me, I love it here. Why on earth, if there are so many inconsistencies, would we not have some doubts or reason or cause to question why is someone incarcerated when even the average Joe could say this doesn't seem like it's beyond a reasonable doubt? We had changed statements. We had people who couldn't keep the same type of, okay, we said one thing here. No, I didn't fuck him. No, now I did. Oh, I didn't know there was a gun. Now I know there's a gun. The stylist is saying this. Sean Kelly is saying this. The stories are all over the place.
Yeah, I believe that this was always fishy. And I feel like, more than Tory being out of jail, I just want the truth. I'm not pro Tory just because I'm a man. No, I just don't want Tory to do 10 years in jail and get stabbed off of a situation that isn't true. And I believe that there's strings being pulled behind the scenes. If Diddy could have made this, empire of freaky fantasies, I believe Jay-Z can put hits on people, especially when they in jail. And I'm not saying Jay-Z, Rock Nation, whatever the case may be. It's 2025. And if you guys don't believe that, the truth is, like Cat Williams said on not Drink Champs, Shannon Sharp show, it's like the truth is going to be exposed. Everybody that thinks that they could just fall in line with the old traditions and we just gonna, ignore situations and all that's cut. We got the internet. People are having spiritual awakenings. So, all this trying to sweep stuff under the rug, all that is done with. So that's why it's so important to live into your truth and just accept who you are and what you stand on.
But nevertheless, I'm a guy who believes in law and order. Without law and order, we have nothing. Does the system get things wrong at times? Of course. We should deal with it civilly and through the legal system. And this is where I get confused. I said this about the DDG case, and I've said this in many other cases when it comes to women and men. A lot of times when women can't win the narrative battle, they get legal. It's very important that they win the narrative battle. So let me explain. Newsflash. I want to give I don't know if this is a congratulations I need to give, or I don't know if, I should just say a prayer for her because, she's, I guess, technically a victim. I want to say to Meg Thee Stallion, Meg, I empathize with you. We pray for you. If you ask me personally, I do believe you got hurt that night. I don't know off the hands of who. I do hear what you say, but there's a lot of things that suggest otherwise. And that's why I'm skeptical. But I do pray for Meg that she gets the healing that she needs, because unfortunately for her, it doesn't feel like her peace is coming from the fact that she was vindicated in even the story she told on the stand because Tory was found guilty. It appears that the vindication she seeks is that Tory stays in jail. Now, let me explain the difference. She went to that trial. She cried. She testified. She gave her story. The jury agreed with her. Now, what That should be her healing journey. We've seen in situations where someone has done something, maybe they've been contrite enough, maybe the laws have changed, maybe other circumstances that came about. We've seen people be let out of jail, their sentence reduced, or other things. I say this to say people campaigning for the release, the pardon, or the reinvestigation of the trial, I think Meg has to realize that's not an anti-you thing. If you're a victim, you should be working on your own victimhood. It's not tied to Tory being locked up. We've seen many people get let out, and it's not because of who they supposedly harmed. It could be because of a bunch of extenuating circumstances. So when I see Meg commenting or she feels offended that there's any movement about Tory's possible release, that confuses me. Meg, you already got your justice. They said he's guilty. The idea of how long he serves, or if people want him to get out, or even if it's a pardon. And this is what I've always said about Meg. If she's playing a political PR game, you already got your win. Who gives a fuck what Tory's saying now? As long as Tory doesn't mention you. And Tory doesn't mention you. You have a restraining order against him and he's in jail. He can't. And it goes back to what I keep saying. What's my new favorite saying? If they can't win the public narrative, they start to sue. Meg, Tory isn't the one that's saying you're lying, his fans. When you come out and lash out and call him a demon and a devil, because he's not going to just take this conviction lying down and just go die on the sword, he's saying, I'm going to fight for my freedom because I do have rights. That's not a indictment of you. That's a man trying to fight for his own rights. But you've taken it to be the opposite.
And that's my biggest thing with the whole Meg situation. I just feel like the energy she's giving off, it's almost like she's lying. And I don't know, I just don't like it. I hate the fact that we focus on the gender. It's men versus women somehow. You know, the DDG situation with his baby mom. Shannon Sharp, Anthony Edwards, his baby mom. Cassie, P. Diddy, like, it went from, you know, people having relationships and, you know, yeah, they would break up, but they would go back into a relationship. And then we hit an era where, you know, everybody was getting cheated on. And nowadays, as a man, it's just like, what is the pro of even being with most of you females? Like, either you're going to put a lawsuit on me or you're going to try to trick me into having a kid and then you're going to use the kid against me.
You're taking what Tory's fans and the growing momentum. There was a time when UN was basically trying to say if anybody supported Tory, they better stay there. They're going to be over there with them because features, touring, other type of collabs, it was out the window. But we just seen the biggest artist in the world, Drake, he supported. Seen a bunch of other people, they're supporting. I guess I'm not trying to be adversarial here with Meg. I'm trying to let her know that the people who are riding for Tory Lanez freedom is not necessarily an indictment on you. You already got your conviction. I feel like she's searching for true peace, but also career, happiness. If Tory gets out, you know what happened in the trial. You should heal off of that. But this idea where you keep putting up messages, like, for example, this. And by the way, if Tory was putting up messages towards you, I would say the same to Tory. Meg put up a message, a lot of it that was typed in caps, saying, at what point are y'all going to stop making me have to relive being shot by Tory? At what point are Tory and y'all fans going to stop lying? Like, how much is the check to keep harassing me? Why is this happening every day? 1 minute him or y'all are saying I was never shot, to now y'all are saying, to now y'all letting him play in y'all face again and say I was shot, but it wasn't him. Okay. I'm sick of this shit. Leave me alone. He ain't dare get on that stand and deny he shot me. And that was his choice because he knows he did that shit. I don't give a fuck about a blog or a bot. Why in the world would me, Meg Thee Stallion, have to lie about this motherfucker about a shooting? Or shooting me? How y'all mad at the person that got shot? Facts are facts. He did it. It was proven in court. Fuck the hate campaign on the internet. Tory, you shot me. Ain't no new fucking evidence. Y'all been saying the same shit for years. Tory, please leave me alone, you fucking demon. I'm off this silly ass internet shit. Bye. Meg, I get you. The only problem I see is that Tory Lanez doesn't mention your name directly. Tory Lanez just got recently stabbed 14 times. We don't even know if he's completely breathing or could even move on his own at this point. If Tory was slandering you, if Tory was dropping songs, making fun of you, acting like you were lying, that would be another thing. Tory Lanez is nursing himself back to health after a pretty much attempt on his life. You are never going to find true healing if you're concerned about what the hell Tory and Tory's fans, specifically Tory fans, are doing. That's the problem. So again, I watched this and I said, well, Tory didn't say nothing. Well, what is she talking about? Then it dawned on me. She wants this guy in jail forever. She wants him to die in jail.
So do you think that Tory should get out after being stabbed 14 times? Do you think Meg is in the right? Do you think she's in the wrong? Let me know in the comments. So I love you guys. It's positivity, good vibes. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. We out.